look at. Besides those of you that did not put down the formula and then the numbers in your formula with your answer. Number 9, you're asked to describe the error. When you describe the error, you look at the first step. Yep, they did it right. Right formula. Second step. What's our formula, everybody? Pi volume equals pi times what? Radius squared height. That's not what they had, right? So you're going to describe the error in words. After you describe it in the error, it says, now find the volume. So now you're going to use your correct formula, which we would write down. Everyone say it with me. Volume is equal to pi. I got to hear all of you. Got to be up here. Everyone right now. So volume is equal to pi times radius squared times height. You have to write that. Now you're going to put in the numbers. Pi, our radius is 4 squared, times the 5. And then you're going to put your correct answer, and it's going to be in cubic meters. If I look at question number 10, most of you said if this is 5 and 2.5, 6, what is our height here? 3. You need to find 2 volumes. You can't just say that one is 2 times bigger or 4 times bigger. You need to tell me the volume of A. When you turn this into me, volume of A, capital B times H. Volume equals, we are going to put down. As we write that each time, we are going to put pi, radius squared height. You're going to fill in your numbers. You are then going to give me your answer, and we talked about that you might want to leave your answer in terms of pi, which is an exact answer. If you hit the pi button, that's fine. You then need to do the same steps over here for volume B. So that when I look at yours, I'm going to see that exact same work, okay? I need you right now to turn back to me. You're looking at answering the other questions as you watch this video today. Okay, so as you're watching the video, let's see, maybe we're not watching it. Here we go. So they're showing us our 2 shapes. Pi radius squared is the same, right? Area of our base is the same. Exact same height. Oh, I did this in the last class too. Trying to fill it up, and this is where you're going to answer that question on the top of your notes. So when we are taking a look at this, we want to look, and it says how many cones fill the water inside. We should have 3. A cone has, you can either write it out in words or you can use this fraction. So 1/3. I'd like you to put the words there first, and then I'd also like you to put right below this, this is 1 divided by 3, right? That's 1/3 when we think about what is 1/3, the volume. We had our 2 formulas already, area of the base times height. And now what's going to be different about our new formula? So when we look at our new formula, the only thing that's going to be different is we're going to write it this way. 1/3 times pi radius squared height. Now, I will have some people write it this way. They like to write out, just like for area of a triangle, they like to put pi times radius squared times height, and they like to put that whole thing divided by 3. Does it matter? Dividing by 3 and multiplying by 1/3 is the same. It's just when you put this in your calculator, and you all grabbed a calculator at the beginning, either 1 divided by 3, or you put the whole thing in at the end, you put divide 3. We're going to, when we do our examples, do it both ways. Again, since you need to memorize the formula, tonight's homework, when you do our notes, we're going to put the formula down. Every problem. Why? Because if you do it every problem and you've done it 10 times in your homework, my guess is you're going to have that formula memorized. So this first formula, what I want you to write on that next page part down, we're going to start with volume equals. We're going to put 1/3. Write the formula. 1/3 what? Capital B times H, right? 1/3 times, what's our formula for our base? Circle is pi times radius squared times height. Volume equals, I need 1/3 times pi. What is my radius in this problem? 24. My height is 18. I want you to notice something about the height. This height is always perpendicular. That's a right angle. Sometimes we give you these lengths over on the side, not to trick you, but to notice, do you know that its height is always perpendicular? So on your calculator right now, we're putting this in, right? So on your calculator, grab your calculator. We're going to start with 1/3. Don't hit that fraction key. 1 divided by 3. Then you're going to hit the times button. You're going to take it times, what next? Pi. Then you're going to take it times, in this case, 24. Is that all I have to do? Oh, squared. I didn't write that in my formula. Make sure you go back and write that in your formula, right? I forgot to write that. And sometimes just like that simple mistake, if I would only put 24 in my calculator, it's going to cause me to get the wrong answer. So squared, and then times 18. 1057.34. Okay? And we want to label our answer in meters cubed or cubic meters. And the second formula. So if I was starting with that second formula, I'm going to say volume equals. This time we're going to put pi times radius squared times height, and then we're going to put all divided by 3. So please write that. Don't start putting in your calculator yet. Let's go put in our numbers on our paper next. So we're going to put pi times 4 squared times 16. Please don't do that. All divided by 3. As we put that in our calculator, so grab your calculator, this time we are starting with the pi times radius squared, right? So if I put in pi, and then I get times 4 squared, and then I take it times 16, and then I'm going to get division. I'm taking that whole answer and dividing it by 3. So I don't care which way you do it, if you go 1 divided by 3 at the beginning, or take that full answer of our kind of cylinder volume and divide it by 3 because it's a cone. And we get 268 And a lot of times you're going to see our answers here to the hundredths place. If I would have asked you to round this to the nearest tenths place, you probably would have told me 268.1 inches cubed. It's page 47. Or 25. So, someone said, what about if you ask for an exact answer? An exact answer would look like this. I would not use the pi button. I would have taken, on my calculator, 4 squared. I would have taken times 16. I would have divided that by 3 and put 8.53 repeating pi. Now, this doesn't make that much sense to a lot of people, right? 85.3, was it 5.3 repeating?
No.
85.3 repeating, and then putting pi. To most people, that doesn't make sense. But this is what's called your exact solution. The reason it's exact is sometimes it's easier to compare numbers with pi, because if I divide pi by pi. So what kind of an answer is this? Rational or irrational?
Rational.
Great. 85.3 repeating times pi.
Rational.
It has pi in it. Pi is what kind of a number? Irrational. Always, always, always irrational. So this answer is what? Irrational. This answer that I rounded it, but is the volume an irrational number? Yes, it's just that we round it because we approximate. Okay? So I just want you to be really careful for that. So here we have this traffic cone, right? So we're going to start with our formula. Start me off. What should I be writing down? Everyone, let's say it together. Volume equals. Which one are we starting with? The 1/3 or divide by 3? Divide 3, I heard. Okay, last class wanted 1/3. So let's say it together. And write it as we're saying it. Volume equals pi. Everyone saying it with me? Let's start over. Volume equals pi times radius squared times height divided by 3. Next one down, I'm putting in my length. Oh, this 24, 24 is the what? 24 inches is the diameter. What do I need in my formula? The radius. So what does our radius equal? 12. Sometimes I might give you that this side is 45, right here, and this is 45. And notice over here I tell you 40. So the question is, what number should I use in my formula? 45 or 40 for my height? I should use the 40. So it's going to be 12 squared times 40. The reason we're using 40, 40 is perpendicular to the base. This is our height. This is called your slant height. You used it last year when you found surface area. And now my answer for this question should be in inches what? Cubed. Now, does it make sense that they rounded it to the nearest cubic inch? I mean, if you're putting in cubic inches, so think about what a cubic inch is, right, of water, it makes sense that you could round this to the nearest unit, okay? In your homework, I'll tell you what to round to, all right? So when you're looking at your homework. So, tonight you are doing 11 through 17. You only have 7 questions to do. But here's the deal. I need you to make sure you're showing your work. What do I need? The formula. The numbers in the formula, your answer with the label. Let's look at number 15 and do